Who said that? Hear you. You can't hear me now, or you couldn't hear the music. You can't hear me, or you can't hear the music. Y'all help me out. You can't hear me, or you can't hear the music. Y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. Yolanda, Michigan. What's going on? Somebody's from Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. Charles 61 Blessing. What's going on with you? Under the show. Yes, I did. I did my Wednesday show. I didn't do my Thursday show or my Friday show. I didn't do my Thursday show. So it says on Facebook, let me hook y'all up. I'm going to say, oh, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Watch this. The mask is not for you. It's not to protect you. It's to protect other people. That's what it's for. Period. That's what it's for. That's what it's meant to do. It shows respect to your neighbors. I got a lot of things I want to say concerning this, but I'm not going to get into that tonight because that's not my conversation tonight. That is not my conversation tonight. It's the last two, because I got a whole bunch of text. That's what I wanted to do. That's where I was going with this. Let me tell y'all this. Let me say this. Question. Hold him accountable. Make him do what he got to do. Don't try to control his house. Y'all sit there and say different things. Oh, if this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. They ain't coming to your house. Well, you made a choice. That was a choice that you made, not him. He's not going to stop his life because you don't want to. You want his household to be ran by your rules. It's not going to happen that way. Oh, y'all listen to me. Y'all getting it in. I done did 40 minutes. I ain't played one song yet. And I had a couple of songs that I wanted to get in today. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on, even Alexa. That's right, Alexa can make it do just what it's supposed to do. I have no idea why my speaker is not picking up my music right now. It's picking up my microphone. It's not picking up my speaker. I mean my music. But hey, it is what it is. Holla at your boy.
Last night I saw you standing
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa, make it do what it's supposed to do when it's doing what it's doing. Y'all, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. Let's do this. I want to switch the conversation because I really, I thought I was going to take maybe 15, 20 minutes on that topic. Y'all tricked me. Y'all really tricked me on that. Y'all did that. See, try to be nice to y'all. And y'all hoodwinked me. Try to be nice to y'all and y'all hoodwinked me. Here's what I wanted to talk about on the show. And I guess I'm going to have to take this to the Wednesday show too. As we talk about rebuilding our community, which is the topic of the show, has been the topic of the show the last week, going into the second week now. Rebuilding our community. We talked about women. We talked about some of what women are looking for men. I want to dive into men later, but I want to throw a monkey wrench in the conversation by saying this. When it comes to our political parties, a lot has to change. Do y'all hear me? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Not just Yogi. I can see your, not Yogi. Who is that? Yolanda Scott? How did you change your name to Yolanda Scott? I can see your comment, Yolanda Scott. Yogi. A lot has to change for us politically. What do I mean by what it has to change for us a lot politically? I considered ED, past tense, myself to be a Republican. A large part of my values lined up more with the Republicans than the Democrats. When it comes to religion, the basis of religion. Now now you have to understand that I've grown a lot. A large part of the financial side of life lined up more with the Republican. The fact that I'm military lines up with me being Republican. I'll cut it short for you. If a Republican is in office, I am going to get a pay raise. Every time the military gets a pay raise, I get a pay raise. I'm retired military. So, of course, why wouldn't I vote for someone that's going to give me a pay raise? Democrats are not going to do that. I'm just reading what's on the Yogi. I'm just reading what was on the thing that popped up on Spreaker. I was confused. Look, don't blame me. But then because I'm black, Tina Wimbush. Tina Wimbush, are you from Noonan? Wimbush. Because I'm black, I was taught that Democrats have our backs, or that if a black person is going to run for an office, the black person is going to run under the Democratic ticket. I want you all to hear me and hear me very clearly. Very clearly. Good evening, Sparkle. Sprinkle. Or somebody. Lotus. My father was Republican. Got you, Yogi. Let me help y'all out. Especially when the Democrats try to trick you all into voting straight Democratic. or the Republicans try to trick us into voting straight Republican. I want you all to listen to me very carefully. Not all Republicans are bad. And not all Democrats are good. I'm gonna say this, and I'm saying this one for the people in the back that didn't hear me the first time. Not all Republicans are bad. And not all Democrats are good. We often talk about, and I forgot who I was because he was military too, and he said exactly what you just said to me and my mom all the time. Yeah, it is what it is. Let me help y'all out. For years now, hey, cuz, good to have you up there in New York. My cuz Red is in the house. Candy Red is in the house. That's that Irwin Madison side. We've been convinced that voting changes things. I'm getting ready to say something that's gonna offend a lot of people. I'm gonna say something that's going to offend a lot of people. Voting does not change one damn thing. It doesn't. I don't care how you look at it. We've been voting for years, and it has not changed anything. We're still stuck in the place that we're stuck in as far as the black community. And we've had plenty of black politicians in office, including a black president. And nothing has changed. If you need an example, Abraham Lincoln was Republican. Right. And black people used to vote Republican. After slavery, black people was voting Republican. Who was that said that? Houston 1028. We've had a black president. We've had a black man to be the most powerful man in the world. And look where we are right now. Name something that he did specifically for the black community. Just name something that he did. And look, I can list you stuff that he did for the women. For the women movement, I can list stuff that he did for the LGBT community. I can list stuff that he did for the Jewish community. I can list things that he's did for the Holocaust. I can list stuff that Trump did for the black community. I'm not a 45 fan at all. I had somebody say today to me, I don't even want to call him 45. I don't even think he should be the 45th president. So I agree with that conversation there. But I know he's done. Trump, as far as politics is concerned, I'm gonna give y'all okay. Let me have, to all y'all black churches, to all the black churches, let me help you all out. Let me tell you a specific thing that Trump did it did for church, but it really, really, really helped the black church. Trump signed an executive order. It needs to be law, but he made it an executive order. The pastors and the churches, the Affordable Care Act, that was not for black people. That was for everybody. The Affordable Care Act was not for black people. It was for everybody. It is what it is. I am not a Trump fan. I cannot stand him. The affordable, I hate it. I'm going to tell y'all how offensive this is. And thank God, who is this? Houston 1028. Thank you so much for calling it by its original name or its real name. It's called the Affordable Care Act. It is not called Obamacare. It is not called Obamacare. It's called the Affordable Care Act. And it had nothing to do with black folks. It had everything to do with our country was behind on medical care. And Affordable Care Act got us to a place where if you had medical stuff, some of these medical costs can come down. That's what that was for. He wasn't just president for Black America. Right. Affordable Care Act hurt most people. I don't think, I think Affordable Care Act helped most people and hurt a lot of people. And what it did was you had to go get some health insurance. And so I understand what y'all say. It hurt people. It did not. It convinced the states to come up with Georgia, Peach Care. I'm not doing that on this show, though. I'm not going there on this show. So let me tell y'all what Trump did. For y'all church folks that go to church. Before Trump, if your pastor endorsed, if your pastor endorsed, what is it called? If it endorsed a certain politician, if your I was doing what? So anyway, if your pastor endorsed a certain politician, it would take away the 501(c)(3). You couldn't endorse it. Trump made it where you can now endorse your politician from the pulpit. Does that make sense? If you can let's see, start. If your pastor endorses, hey, this is who we need to vote for. Because pastors have a lot of leeway concerning their pastors have a lot of say-so concerning who their congregation should vote for. And because they did that, it moved the brackets on what can say what. That's why the evangelicals are so behind 45, because of that very reason. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do. Yogi, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened on. So apparently somebody, I'm not gonna do it. Yes, I'm not on TikTok right now, and it's not because I lost internet service or web service. It's because of another reason, and I know why, and it is what it is. Pray. Let me put it this way: pray for the haters. Pray for the haters. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's definitely all gravy. I holla. We're gonna do this song and we'll be right back and close the show out. Holla at your boy.
Sitting here in this chair, waiting on you, oh baby, to see things my way. But not a word do you say, you'll even look my way. Yeah. Girl, I'm spending my wasting my time talking till I'm black and blue. Oh, can't you see? I wanna get next to you. Dreams of you and I go sailing by. Whenever your eyes meet mine, you're so fine. And girl, you make me feel so insecure. You're so beautiful and pure. Why must you be unkind and tell me I'm not your kind? Blowing my mind. Girl, my money is low, and I know that I can't take you to the fancy places you might wanna go. Still, I wanna get next to you. I wanna get next to you. Baby, yeah.
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do. It's all good. It's definitely all gravy. Here's what, Grady, what's going on with you, man? Hey, Grady, I need you to come by the house, man. Grady, I need you to come by the house. I'm going to say it again. Grady, I need you to come by the house. Can you do that, man? I know you're out there Ubering. Uber on. Uber on. Grady, I need you to come by the house. Let's sit and talk. Let's do this. Let's do this. There are some changes that needs to happen. And after November, yeah, let's do it. Hey, Grady, one-on-one, man. Let's sit down and talk, man. Me and you. Everything's on me, man. I put on some burgers or whatever and do whatever. Let's hang, Grady. After November, the day after the election, Our focus right now, we are very focused right now. We are very, 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 very focused right now. We are very, very focused right now. Get 45 out. The Wednesday morning, no matter who wins, we got work to do. And I'm starting with me. One of the things that we need to do, we need to disassociate ourselves. Every black person, every single black person, I know we got those that don't want to or will refuse to, needs to disassociate ourselves. Let's talk offline, Grady. Needs to disassociate ourselves with Democrats and Republicans. The Republican Party did not care anything about us. The Democrats misused and mishandled us. Period. I don't care how you look at it. The Republicans were not for black people, nor was the Democrats. Because even when those politicians got on the Democratic side, got in office, they misused, mishandled, and got caught up in the power and got caught up in the thing. And we need to learn how to hold all of our politicians accountable. There is a reason why not just Republicans, but white politicians don't want us in office. I'm going to say that again. There is a reason why white politicians don't want us in office. The minorities. That's Chinese, that's black, that's Muslim, the list goes on and on. There is a reason. And that reason is when we get in office, we will be able to see what they were doing behind closed doors. That's why a lot of those politicians, black politicians, that ended up winning, and they got there and they talked all of this good stuff. But when they got into office, they shut up. When Barack got in office and stopped talking about change, and he changed everything for everybody but black folks, y'all don't like me today. It is what it is. And I ain't afraid to say what I just said. I said what I said when I said it and how I said it. We need to come up, and I honestly believe, and I am going to push the independent party. And even within the independent party, they're going to have to change some of their bylaws and laws to accommodate what the independent party stands for. If they don't, we come up with our own. You're no longer going to take the black vote for granted. Period. You're no longer going to be able to take the black vote for granted. You're no longer going to be able to take the female vote for granted. You're no longer going to be able to take the LGBT community vote for granted. It is what it is. Either you for all people or you're not going to be in office. Don't forget, he was opposed and fought for all sides. Like I was saying on the show earlier, I can't name anything that 45 did specifically for the black community. I can name things that he did specifically for LGBTQ, whatever the thing's called. I was finna say something that was going to be so offensive, and I don't want to be offensive. Right? I don't want to be a comedian right now. I can name specific things that he did for the women's movement. I can name specific things that he did for the Jewish and the Holocaust community. Did you know Barack Obama gave reparation back to the Holocaust victims, and the Holocaust was not here? Did you know that? Did we know that? He was fought on all sides. Yes, he was fought. Okay, I got you. I got you, Gina. Thank you. He was fought on all sides. Yes. Everybody was coming at him. This is why every politician should have a foundation. So I know who you are. Either you cold or you hot. Don't play with me in front of my face. Yes, 45 did do something for the black community. Matter of fact, he did something for the black church. And that's what I was saying on the show earlier. What 45 did for the black church is something that we've been needing for years. The ability to say from the pulpit who we want you to vote for. Was it specifically for the black church? No. But did it mainly help the black church? Yes. White folks didn't care. White folks would tell you who to vote for, and they was going to mess with their 501c. But do it in the black church. All of your 501c is gone. When 45 made it, gave us the ability to say from the pulpit who we support, that helped black people. Period. I understand, all this other stuff that he got going on with black folks. I get it. I get it. There were some people that 45 let out of prison that other people went to Barack to let out, and he didn't do it. Right. I agree with you. Here's what we're going to do. I got 10 minutes left on the show. Y'all going to ask me any questions. I'm going to give y'all about 2 minutes. If I don't see one question, I'm shutting the show down. It is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all ask me a question, I'll answer your question. But when it comes to what we need to do, and I don't want to get too far in depth on what we need to do before the election in November. I don't want to get too far out there because we need to stay focused. We don't need to talk about nothing else but to get 45 out of office. 45 reaped in his first year the benefits of President Obama. Yes, you're right. Any president, your first 3 years of office is based on what the previous administrator. Obama, his first 3 years in office was hell because he had to recover the thing. It is what it is. But once he recovered it and got it rolling the way, Trump was the one that benefited from it. It is what it is. No doubting about that. Yes, you're right. I didn't say that 44 didn't do anything. He did what he needed to do for the White House. And that's okay. That's the point that I'm making. That's the point that I'm making. That's the exact point that I'm making. Because when all of these politicians, black politicians, get in office, they stop caring about our community and start caring about how do I stay in office or learn how to make the money that the white folks are making. And I'm going to tell you the secret, and I know this for a fact. We can argue in public. We can show our differences in public because the election has to be redone. So I need them to see. I need you as a voter to see me arguing with the other people. You see me arguing and fighting, and then the people in position give me pacifiers, give me nuggets. So I can now go back and say, I did this, I won this, I did that, and it helps me get reelected. But behind closed doors, hey, here's this $50,000. I need you to put your name on this. I need you to vote for this. Y'all go back and look at some of those bills that went down. The reason why the prisons are the way that they are The crime bill, who created that crime bill? Joe Biden. The reason why some of y'all, a lot of our Negroes and black folks are locked up and yellow and browns are locked up in jail is because of Biden. He created that. Clinton signed it. And look, you could. I got to the point where you can't spit in my face and then tell me it's raining. I've gotten there. You cannot no longer spit in my face and tell me it's raining. Not going to happen. He definitely would not make a great president, good president, or whatever you want to call it. I don't even think Biden would make it a good president. I think he would be a relief for what we have right now. Lobbyists ruin everything. They buy out the politician. Very true statement. Very true statement. And there is a reason why they won't put a ban on lobbyists. There is a reason why the president can have a certain amount of terms, but the senators and the House of Representatives can stay in there forever. The hell? And those are the ones that make the laws. Those are the ones that's in control of the budget. Those are the ones that's making the real money. The senators and the House of Representatives, those are the ones that's making all the money. And now you got all these guys that's been in office 30 plus years. And things are still the same. The reason why things are same, because you got the same mentality in Congress and the same mentality still in the Senate and the House. So it is what it is. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. It was an honor. Love having this conversation. Love having these topics and all these other things, these conversations. I need to end this show so I can put a message on TikTok. And I'm going to say what I said. And I'm going to say what I say. And if they don't like it, it is what it is. They won't let me do another live for another 24 hours, which is fine by me, because that's when it is 48 hours for the next show. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Coffee and Conversation at 8 a.m. Pop the cap. It's going to be real good. It's going to be real good. Holla at you, boy. It's all gravy. It's all good. When I say what I'm saying, we're going to make it do what it do. I'll
everyday lunch partner. He's all the way raw.
How are you going to say Black Lives Matter when the only reason you come out is when cops kill us and we don't come out when we kill ourselves? That's crazy, man.
He's all the way real.
The truth? You can't even handle the truth.
And most of all, he has his priorities right.
I want the Falcons and the Hawks to be my pallbearers at my funeral. That way they can let me down just one last time.
J-Mad gives it to you big.
Real talk, well, J-Mad, he got ya right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show, and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore J-Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J-Mad.